Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Perkins. I'm a board certified OBGYN, and today we're talking about how to maintain female hormonal balance. So in this video, we will dive into what exactly is a hormone imbalance. We'll talk about the symptoms that are associated with hormonal imbalance as well. We'll explore the causes of hormone imbalance. And if you've been on my channel, you know I will give you tips as far as how to best balance your hormones. All right, so let's talk about hormonal balance. What exactly is that? I know this may seem like a buzzword these days, right? Where we're just like, what does this mean? And so hormonal balance means that the amount of hormones that are being produced by our organs are in balance, meaning when one goes up, another goes down. When two are supposed to be high, they are. If two are supposed to be low, they are. And so it actually creates a picture that is quite complex because there is no steady and set level for all of our hormones in our body at any point in time. And so because of that and the complexity of the nature of hormones, we may have issues trying to diagnose a hormonal problem. If you think about how you feel on a daily basis, think about the times that you felt your best, where you felt on top of the world. Your body felt good, your mind felt amazing. You looked the way that you wanted to, and everything was just about perfect. In those moments, we may say that we are in a state of balance, as all the different components of who we are, our spirituality, or mental health, or physical health, all of these things we hope to be in balance and be in a state of happiness. And so with that, that opens the door to trying to understand why hormonal imbalance exists and how do we really, truly, accurately test for it, and how do we actually make a change. And so this is a difficult topic in the sense that we don't have answers for these things. We don't have answers. We still have a lot of understanding that we need so that we can help each other live our best lives. But what we do know is that when you are hormonally imbalanced, we will not feel well and our bodies don't function normally. So when we think about the female reproductive tract, when we think of our menstrual cycles, when we think of our moods, we know that when we are balanced, things happen the way they should. So let's go back to the menstrual cycles again. If you are in a hormonally balanced, reproductive hormone balanced state, you will have regular menstrual cycles that are predictable. Your cycles, when they come, they will last an average length of time, which is around 5 days. We know that the flow of your menstrual cycles will be appropriate and normal, which is under 80 mLs. 80 mLs is not that much, but this is the amount of bleeding that you would have from cycle to cycle. We know that your skin would be clear of acne. We know that your skin will feel normal without a lot of brittle or dry skin. We know that we will have less issues with things like other skin conditions, I should say, like eczema, for instance. We know that you will have changes in your body that reflects what we know as normal. We have these types of issues like acne or irregular cycles or heavy bleeding due to a hormonal imbalance. And so you may think then, well, if we are hormonally imbalanced or hormonally balanced, we can easily just check a blood test, right? We can check our hormones. But that is not necessarily the case. Yes, there are ways for us to test our hormones, and I encourage that you do so, whether it be through your doctor or by getting an alternative at-home test. You can absolutely test your hormones to know where you stand hormonally. But truly, what's a greater predictor of you and your hormonal status is how you feel and how your body is functioning. Your estrogens and your progesterones, which are your female sex hormones, may on laboratory testing show to be in the normal ranges. However, if you are not having regular cycles, if you are not having predictable cycles, then you are not hormonally balanced. Now, do know that there are so many different factors that can play a part as far as your hormone status. We can think about your thyroid, think about your adrenal glands, your ovaries. There's so many different aspects that may influence your hormonal state. We also know that as you go through different life transitions like pregnancy or menopause, that your hormones will be in flux greatly and impact how you feel and how your body is functioning. And to make things more complicated, we know that our lifestyle may impact our hormonal state as well. Everything having to do with our sleep patterns, how we eat, whether or not we're exercising, can all impact our hormones. So how are the stats when it comes to hormone balance? Research has shown that up to 80% of females will experience some degree of hormonal imbalance during their reproductive years. That's 8 out of 10 females. That's a lot. Chances are you and I will experience hormone imbalance at some point. And so that leads to where we are in this video. Like, how can we create balance or maintain balance once we have it? And so to do this, we want to make lifestyle changes. And so let's dive into what that may look like. Firstly, we want to eat a balanced diet. Now, this doesn't mean that we cannot have a cheat day or a cheat meal. It means that a majority of the time we want to make sure that we're having our proteins, our carbohydrates, and our fats, but that we're choosing the best option for each of these things. So for instance, for our carbohydrates, we want to make sure that we're having lots of fiber and whole grains. That means choosing brown rice, for instance, over white. It means that we're having lean protein. The reason why lean is important here is because fat tissue, whether it's from fat from a pig or fat from a cow, fatty tissue also has hormones are stored in fat, whether it's fat in our bodies or fat from the goat that we're eating or the cow that we're eating. And so the more we ingest in our meats is the greater impact we'll have on our internal hormones, because eating hormones through fatty meat adds to the hormones that are in your body and how they function. So that means if you had a baseline level of hormones in your system right here and going higher increases the amount, you eating a fatty meat increases your total and overall hormone level inside of your body. And so if we are already hormonal people and we have a lot of fluctuations in our hormones from day to day and hour to hour and minute to minute, we don't want to add to our hormonal status by eating a lot of fatty meat. And so lean is the way to go. And when we think of other things like dairy in our diet, my number one dairy recommendation is to not have it. That means eliminate dairy completely from your diet. And that could be in the form of milk, cheese, or even yogurt. No dairy. And this is for the same reason why we want to have lean proteins. Dairy carries a lot of the hormones that were given to those animals, like cows, for instance. They were fed oftentimes lots of hormones, and those hormones are still as active in the byproducts as if it were in your system or coming from your system internally. And so when we drink whole milk, for instance, we are ingesting the hormones from that cow and it will add to and activate more hormonal activity in your system. And so, because this has been shown by research, we want to eliminate it from our diet if our goal is to maintain hormone balance or reverse hormonal imbalance. Another tip is to be sure that you are staying physically active. It doesn't mean that we are running marathons or that we are becoming bodybuilders. It means that we are staying active. We are sweating. We are strength training. We are moving our muscles against the bones in our bodies. The reason why this is important and is a key component to hormonal balance is because when we go through the process of repairing our bodies from a slight or mild change due to exercising, we are actually encouraging that our cells and our joints and our muscles and our bones repair itself. And in the process of doing that, we help to eliminate toxins and bad things from our cells and help our new cell get stronger and function better. We also know that sweating helps to eliminate toxins and excessive hormones that may be hanging around in our system. And so sweating is a good thing. We want more of it. We want to welcome it. We want to encourage it. In the process of balancing your bodies, we also want to make sure that we're sleeping well, at least 8 to 10 hours per night, that we're decreasing our stress levels, because in this day and age, I promise you, stress can pile up easily. But we want to learn how to release stress from our system, whether it's through meditation or yoga. We want to be able to relax, go for a walk, just to relax our minds. There's so many different things that we can do to help to balance our bodies and to maintain hormone balance. And if you'd like to dive into this a little bit further, I have a special, highly discounted course that you can take to help you on this journey to hormone balance and maintain it if you already are at that point where you feel like you have achieved balance. My program is called the Madam Estrogen Mastermind. And with this, it is a 12-week course where I will journey with you through creating and maintaining balance through your diet, sleep, stress, how to exercise. I mean, we have so much in this program waiting for you. And I'm so excited to offer you this deeply discounted program just because you're here and that you're watching. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of our channel and learning together. If you have a comment, please go ahead and drop it below. I'm excited to see what's on your mind. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you next time.